Whether you're being accused of cheating inside Counter-Strike Global Offensive, manipulating prices in the Steam community market, or it's maybe something as simple as you being locked out of your Steam account, who do you call in that worst case scenario? That is of course none other than Steam support. Now, ladies and gentlemen, lies, deception, and fraud, the biggest scam in CSGO history. About a week ago, this guy on YouTube, MZK Show, a Russian CSGO YouTuber, this guy around a week ago made a video on the story of the biggest scam on Steam, specifically for CSGO. The reason I don't think this is getting much attention is one, this video is in all Russian, it's dubbed in English, which is very helpful, but I can't really believe it's not getting any mainstream attention. Now, this entire thing took place 2 years ago, and some pretty big figures in the CSGO scene right now did have a part in this, but of course it wasn't on the bad side. This is the story on how Steam support worked with hackers and scammers to sell people's Steam accounts with hundreds of thousands, if not more dollars on their account, specifically in their CSGO inventory, sold those skins off, and deleted the account forever.
Now, today's video sponsor is, of course, SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly, trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in-game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code MANDO to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade.
I feel like I need the camera on this one. So this guy that made the original video, he wants people to spread the word of this entire thing to get it, well, more mainstream attention, which is gonna be good and also bad. I won't be surprised if the next week or so we see videos from like Anomaly, Jesus, possibly even Zipple coming out and talking about this themselves. This all started back in 2021, right when I, specifically Mando, started making Counter-Strike content, at least on this channel. This is a story that is scary for 1, CSGO investors, 2, traders, and 3, really anyone who plays the game. The people you'd go ask to fix anything that was wrong with your account were the same people who committed scams and a lot of fraud, and when they clocked out at 5 o'clock, they turned their chair around to their other desk, hopped on incognito, and started making bank while scamming a lot of users. I'll firstly start off by saying this story contains 2 main evil protagonists. Some other people that are going to be mentioned in the story are of course Zipple and Anomaly, but they were on the side of things, on the end of things, that they didn't know what was actually going on. Just another day, another trade for both of them. The names MZK used in his video are number 1, Team Help, and the scammer guy who bought the information from Valve to sell their skins eventually, he called him Alexander. Obviously can't use real names because it's a pretty big deal. Before they started doing some real work, they were doing some tests of what they could actually do, what they were capable of, and of course if it was able to be tracked or traced whatsoever. And most surprisingly enough, it was pretty successful, at least for the first go of things before people started catching on. Now, what our 2 main evil protagonists were doing in this said story were mainly going after dormant CSGO accounts with a lot of skins, very high value, and above most average skins. These were also Steam accounts that were 5, 10, 15 years old from when they were first made. Now, this is where it gets a little juicy. The accounts that were targeted were really only a high value inventory, which this right here is one, a very good thing for most average people, but also on the other hand of things, if you have $10,000+ in your CSGO inventory, so this most likely would never happen to your average Joe. Now, the reason they'd go after these high value inventories rather than your just average guy, maybe someone who hasn't played in 8 months that still uses Steam every once in a while, if I had to guess, it would be to not want to waste their time. Because it's so scandalous, so sketchy, and I feel like they know they'd eventually be caught if they weren't careful, they'd want to do everything in one swift shot to make the most amount of money possible and make everything count. Now, when Steam support sent all the information off to Alexander, our hacker and fraudulent guy, he would know everything about that individual and specifically their Steam account. He would know their location, most likely what kind of PC they have, their address, their phone number, their email, their backup codes. All he wouldn't know was their password, but you don't need that to get in if you have everything else. Both of them being our main 2 evil protagonists, Team Help and Alexander, after their mission was complete, they would delete the account these skins were stolen from in the first place. Let's just take myself. If they were to steal the skins from me, they'd delete my Steam account, they'd move those skins to a brand new one, level it up, so on and so forth. All they could do is really trade on there. They would also delete that account, any existing data or information saying or supporting they even used either of them. Now into item specifics that were stolen. There's nothing really low tier in any of this whatsoever. It's mostly fire serpents, howls, and howls with a lot of crafts on them, specifically and mainly Katowice 2014, and it's not on the cheaper set of stickers either. Some of the howls had a Titan Hollow, a Howling Dawn, an I Buy Power sticker. Same thing goes with the Fire Serpent, Dragon Lores, Cato capsules, and even some higher tier knives. Quite a few, actually. Based on the account's buff balance, you can see their total income and how many skins they sold to get this said balance. That, of course, being $320,000. And it's arguably estimated to be most likely double of what this is right here, based around the fact that they had to panic sell these things to get the money instantly. Now, as it goes for Anomaly and Zipple being sucked into this, when these people's accounts were hacked, they got all the skins and wanted to sell them on a third-party service or to a third-party trader who most likely get crypto and just export that off to a private wallet, they needed someone to buy these. And while they took actually a pretty large loss on most of these items. Do you guys remember back to when HFB got hacked? When all of his skins were stolen and sold in third-party marketplaces, these skins were undercut and priced very low to what other ones were. Just using random numbers here, let's just say Karambit Sapphire sells for $3,000. They're most likely going to sell it for $7,000 to $1,000, so it sells rather quickly. They can just get the money, leave, and go on to the next person. There's even a clip on Anomaly's stream where he actually took a Dignitas holo sticker and a Karambit Emerald in one of these trades. Now, he at the time did not have any idea what was going on in the first place. What Zipple was given specifically, that I know of anyway right now, a Titan holo, a Howl, but 3 stickers applied to it. That of course being an iBuyPower holo, a Titan holo, and a Howling Dawn sticker on the butt of the rifle. Now this specific M4 is now in Bit's inventory, the pro player on Navi. So as you can see, most of the skins that were stolen and even deleted in some cases were extremely expensive, the highest tier you can pretty much get inside CSGO. Now that was a handful. Pretty much all day for me making this video and even recording it, I'm kind of left speechless. Now they didn't get away for it very long, but it's still absolutely mind-boggling to me. It's one of those things I say on my channel quite a bit that people don't like, but it's the truth and the hard truth at that. That is of course at any point in time, Valve, Steam support can come in, ban your account wrongfully, or worst case scenario, make skins trade ban. And this is something we've talked about the past couple of years, where if any more big scandals happen, like there were during the gambling days when it was in its prime in 2015 and 16, or possibly another huge HFB hack, and now we're at this I'd like to argue is one of the worst instances of any of these things happening. And let's just say worst case, this does get to mainstream media, that could put some pretty bad light on CSGO. You know how people are with their flashy titles. Now being at the very end of the video, what's most bothersome to me is how Valve and CSGO haven't come out and said anything whatsoever. And also some of these people's Steam accounts are still deleted. Now I'm not sure if Valve can even give back what they deleted in the first place because it was already done, but I have to assume they probably could. I guess for people that have that $500 to maybe $5,000, $10,000 inventory inside CS, you really have nothing to worry about. But this really makes you question Valve and how safe Steam support is, and of course how many times this happened before this first recorded instance actually happened. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.